So welcome to this putty collection. Today's video, I'm going to show you a get to know Thicky Putty. Let's go ahead and learn from Crazy Aaron. Let's go get to know. Welcome to a brand new series where we take a deep dive into our Thicky Putty collections. Each episode, we will spin the putty wheel to see which Thicky Putty collection Crazy Aaron will highlight. Are you ready to watch and learn about to get to know Hypercolor Thicky Putty? We're going to talk about Hypercolors. Watch this video.
Hey guys, Crazy Aaron here. I am super excited to kick off a new series where we dive deep into everything there is to know about thinking putty. As you may have guessed, I am passionate about putty. I've been playing with it for over 20 years, and I've been developing all kinds of crazy, cutting-edge effects and special things like UV reactivity, thermochromism, photoluminescence, magnetic putty. And with all of this knowledge, I want to start sharing it with you so you can understand the magic that's happening deep down inside. So where do we begin? Well, let's spin the putty wheel to find out. Hypercolor! So what is a hypercolor? Hypercolor is a fun word that means an object is one color at a cool temperature and a different color at a much warmer temperature. There are all kinds of products that use this technology in the world. Think about mood rings or thermometers. You could take this and put it in your mouth. Seems a little awkward. Or how about something like this?
Whoa! Amazing!
I'm healthy, thank goodness. Well, thermochroma technology on a microscopic level is actually quite complicated. But the concept is simple. It's color change through heat. This technology is used in all kinds of practical applications, like the thermometer I just put on my forehead, or something completely novel, like this. What's gonna happen? 3, 2, 1. This awesome effect inspired me to think, why and how can I create hypercolor thinking putty, one of my favorite thinking putty creations. To find out more, let's talk to Kyle.
The dynamic, the heat-sensitive and color-changing thinking putty. This is a bona fide favorite that really shows off the magic of silicone. The formulation allows for the color to be deep and dark at room temperature, but as it's warmed up by hand, it'll change into a brighter, more vivid shade. Tricks like the two-tone twist and the shade range creations are all possible with the Hypercolor Thinking Putty.
Thanks, Kyle. That is a great overview of the line. Now, I am an avid explorer, naturalist, anything in the natural world I love. I go in caves, I go rock climbing, hiking, camping, all kinds of wondrous, amazing places like the Grand Canyon or the mountains of Patagonia. And in my adventures, I always come away inspired by those experiences, and those inspirations then trickle down into some kind of thinking putty creation. Every thinking putty color is inspired by the natural world. Let's take a look at the inspiration behind the hypercolors. Amethyst blush. Now, amethyst is a semi-precious purple quartz that has been very, very popular with people going back to ancient times. Found inside of geodes, this natural color ranges from maybe a light violet to a pink, even to a deep red purple, depending on the mineral impurities that are present in the crystal. Amethyst Blush Thinking Putty lets you experience all the shades of this magical stone as it shifts from lavender purple to bright pink with just the heat from your hands. In nature, a sunburst is when the full sun appears suddenly from behind the clouds. Poof! All the light comes shining down. And anytime you need a bit of that super happy sunshine feeling, reach for Sunburst Thinking Putty. The heat-sensitive putty starts off as orange sunlight beaming through the clouds and then becomes a lemon yellow burst. Ooh. One of my favorites, Chameleon Thinking Putty. Inspired by, guess who? Hello, how are you? He should be alive, but we only had a plastic one. One of the most adaptable animals in all of nature. He becomes whatever his environment needs so that he can hide in a lush tropical environment. Just like Chameleon Hypercolor Thinking Putty. Look at that. Twilight, inspiring artists like me throughout the ages with the beautiful shimmering shades of blues and purples, just like Twilight Hypercolor Thinking Putty. As the sun dips below the horizon, its rays refract and scatter against the atmosphere to shine bright blues for one last time before night falls. Twilight Thinking Putty, the most mysterious of the hypercolors. All these hypercolors feature awesome color-changing effects and that trademark texture that's perfect for twists and creating duotone sculptures. Take a 5-minute break or whatever timeout you need. Put some in the fridge, then place it against a warm mug like this. And poof, intense immediate color change. But let's not just talk about the awesome trickability of Hypercolor Thinking Putty. Let's show you. Master Thinking Putty Manipulator Jared is here, and he is going to show you a few tricks that you probably didn't know to make playing with Thinking Putty and Hypercolor Thinking Putty at home even more magical.
Hi everyone. One of my favorite parts about working for Crazy Aaron's is getting to play, experiment, and craft amazing new tricks and how-tos with Thinking Putty. The possibilities are truly endless. In today's lesson, we'll explore a few tricks that can only be accomplished with the color-changing magic of hypercolors. First, the basics. Tips to warm a cool hypercolor. Heat and friction can both work to warm up your Thinking Putty, so some fast-paced stretching is a great way to get a quick color change. You can also place your Thinking Putty against a warm mug to hasten the pace. Tips to cool a warm hypercolor. To cool down your hypercolor, simply place your Thinking Putty in the freezer or the fridge. Ice packs, or a few ice cubes, less than this, in a plastic bag will work well to keep your cool color cool as you play. With the basics out of the way, you're ready to play. Our favorite hypercolor trick to share is the simple twist. It's so fun to twist up and watch as the colors re-merge into one over time. You can also use the twist to make a fun snail shape, a mesmerizing spiral, or a faux giant lollipop. For a more advanced trick, you'll need a blow dryer and a few sculpting skills. Kids, be sure to ask your parents for help with this one. The heat of the blow dryer helps to quickly transform the color before your eyes. You can reverse this trick by placing your sculpture in the freezer for a few minutes. Be quick though, your sculptures won't keep their shape for long. There really are endless ways to play with hypercolors. Share your color changing creations with us on social with hashtag #MyThinkingPutty.
Hey, thanks, Jared. Those are some great ideas, a few of which even I never thought of. And that's just part of the fun of Thinking Putty. There's always something new to learn. Well, folks, I hope you learned a thing or two yourself today as we shared just about everything there is to know about hypercolors, the science behind the color-changing effect, the inspiration for each of the colors, and all of the tips and tricks for playing with your hypercolors at home. Be sure to check out the collection online, and don't forget to share your hypercolor creations with me. I want to see it. I want to learn. Until next time, this is Crazy Aaron, signing out.
And that's it. Our all. Do not forget to know Thinking Putty about the Hypercolor Thinking Putty. The first is the Amethyst Blush, Sunburst, Chameleon, and Twilight. There are 4 of these of the Hypercolor Thinking Putty that we can color change, like heat sensitive. It'll makes them heat and cool. It'll makes them look so super all color changes. So you could try to how to make it sculpted with CHAMELEON. So you could try to how to make it twist and swirl, which just might be look it's super fun color changes. When it turns to heat and cool, which just might be look it's different color changes of the shades of Hypercolor Thinking Putty as well. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching guys. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you next time guys, thanks for watching. Add a comment down below but get to know Thinking Putty is about the hypercolors. So you could try how to make it sculpted with CHAMELEON just like me, how to make it twist and swirl. It'll make them look it's so super raw, like it's super easy as well, like easy and peasy and lemon squeeze. With the hypercolor it gets change. With the hypercolor Thinking Putty it is so super cool change. Like it's gonna be called, it's a heat sensitive as well. And peace out.